In Bridgewater, Nova Scotia, this is from a Facebook update. This is very unusual for us, but I thought I would highlight this because I had an EV update for the community. I think it's like 8,000 people. It's a small city. And he says, in short, our EVs, they have two EVs, okay? I think they got a Mach-E and a F-150. The F-150 does more work, but they're used around the clock, okay? And he says they're fine. He says over and over, like 4 times, they're not for everyone. And he said, don't give me myths until you read this story. Several times, like he's really, a small city, you're bound to get lots of misinformation on Facebook, of course, because that's where people full of wonderful information dwell. And he had to disclaim it, like, almost as much as he wrote about how good they were. There was half of it was disclaimers over and over again. But the town will, in fact, likely save more than expected when they initially bought these vehicles, making these cheaper to own and operate than their gas counterparts. And guess what? That saves the town money, or the city money. Both EVs are working flawlessly, he says. Their operational uptime is the same or better than their gas equivalents. Charging is a non-issue as they are regularly topped up whenever they are at the station. This actually reduces officer downtime as they don't need to stop and fill up at the gas station. This would be true, Brian, for all kinds of purposes for fleets. If you have a business, as a cable company or a plumber, the downtime, you're not spending time filling up your tank because you're doing it whenever you're at the office. So both the Tesla and the Lightning, it's a Tesla Model 3 and a Lightning, pardon me, they cost more than their combustion counterparts when they bought them. They've gone down since then, but the expectation is for the Tesla that it would save $5,000 per year, meaning that it would, before the end of 3 years, taxpayers would say a net savings of around $15,000. But I know that they're still complaining about it on Facebook. Doesn't matter that the town that your taxes are getting saved and it can go to something better. For additional details, it has cost only $625 in electricity to operate the Tesla from March 23 to February 2024. To give you some perspective, this particular vehicle costs the same for 3 months of use charging as 2 shifts, 24 hours, of operation of the gas Durangos. For this vehicle, 1 month of use costs the same as 2 shifts. So that is very impressive, and that's real world, okay? This is not on paper what we think we're going to get. This is what's actually happening. He says in terms of dollars, we are looking at over $10,000 a year in savings for this vehicle, which means we'll net to taxpayer almost $30,000 in savings over the lifetime of this vehicle, which is definitely not an insignificant amount. Imagine if they were all electric. For the Lightning, it's costing us an average $50 per week to charge. But this vehicle, he says, remember, is being driven constantly.
Yeah, police cars are a really good choice to go electric for many reasons, but, they're often just idling, waiting somewhere to give people tickets or something. And, it's the perfect use case, but then also a lot of miles. And the more miles you drive, the more you save with electric.
And they'll be doing lots of idling as the purge takes place, as lawlessness takes over our province here in Canada.